What's going on, everybody? Devil's Advocate here. I have a quick question for you. So, how would you feel if you were a black person in America and somebody told you, or a group of people told you, or an organization told you that certain things like planning for the future, having a stable household that has a mom and a dad and a couple kids, having a decent paying job, getting to work on time. These things are white people things. What would be your thoughts on that? How would you feel? Okay, take a second to think about it. Got your answer? All right. So, what I'm holding here is a graphic, a chart from the Smithsonian Museum of National Museum of African American Culture. So that graphic that I just held up and showed you, I'll put a link in the description below so that you can see it for yourself. But that graphic depicts aspects and assumptions of white culture in the United States. So, let's go down a list of what's perceived to be a white thing in America. Now, I'm not going to go down the whole list. I just want to get to a few key points. Start with the top. Rugged individualism. The individual is the primary unit. Self-reliance, independence, and autonomy, highly valued. Reward. Individuals assume to be in control of their environment. You get what you deserve. Rephrasing, to have a strong, independent mindset and not relying on other people is a white person thing. Saying, I don't want government assistance. Saying, I don't need handouts. Saying, I don't need reparations. I don't need somebody to hold my hand. I don't need somebody to lend me some kind of assistance to help me survive. And I'm going to figure it out by myself because I'm completely capable of doing that. That is white thinking. Let's move on. Family structure. The nuclear family, a mother, a father, 2 or 3 children is the ideal social unit. Husband is the breadwinner, head of household, wife is the homemaker and subordinate to the husband. Children should have their own rooms and be independent. That's very traditional thinking. Things have changed, but if you still feel this way, regardless of color, that's white thinking. Emphasis on the scientific method, being objective, rational linear thinking, cause and effect relationships, quantitative emphasis. Meaning, if you are an individual who likes to not make assumptions, who likes to maybe do some research and data collecting before you come to conclusions, that's white thinking. Let's move on. Status, power, and authority. Wealth equals worth. Your job is who you are. Respect authority. Heavy value on ownership of goods, space, and property. Okay. Again, respecting authority. So if you're an individual who respects authority, if you're an individual who places value on goods, meaning that, let's just say you own a home, own your house. Who doesn't want that, right? It's kind of a lifelong goal to own your own home, right? Wealth equals worth. I don't necessarily agree with that, but you need it. You need money to survive, right? But to want to achieve these things is white people thinking. Future orientation, planning for the future, Delayed gratification. Progress is always best. Tomorrow will be better. So, rephrasing. If you are somebody who likes to not live life by the seat of your pants, you like to sit down and draw out some life goals, short term and long term, and try to jot those things down on paper so you can have some type of timeline and some expectation for yourself on how you're going to meet and achieve those goals. That's white people thinking. If you believe in delayed gratification, saying that, you know what, I don't need to feel good right now. You know what? Yeah, maybe I do want those Jordans right now. Maybe I do want that PS5 right now. But you know what? Maybe I want that. Maybe that'll make me feel good right now. But maybe that $800, $900 will be better invested in some stocks, so that, you know, maybe when it's time to retire, that money would have, you know, been a net benefit somewhere down the road. I'll get my gratification later as that money grows. So if you're the type of person that believes in delaying that gratification for feel good now, that's white people thinking. You need to get those Jordans. Progress is always best. So if you're the type of person who says, okay, what I'm doing right now is either has me stuck exactly where I am and where I have always been, or if you're the type of person who says, or you find yourself moving backwards and you're like, well, either I need to move forward or I got to do something. I'm moving backwards. Either you're moving backwards, you're staying the same. You're figuring out that you got to do something to change that situation to move forward in life. That's white thinking. Be happy with what you got. Be lucky with where you are. Feel lucky for what you got, right? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Tomorrow will always be better. To have an optimistic mindset and say, you know what? I got to keep on my grind because my time is coming and that light is at the end of the tunnel. I just got to keep pushing. That's white people thinking. Time. Following rigid time schedules. Time is viewed as a commodity. Meaning, rephrasing. Getting to work on time. Following schedules. Doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. So not even getting to work on time. You got schedules at your house. You got things that you got to do at home, right? Sticking to your own time schedule. Adhering to things. Holding yourself accountable. That's white people thinking. Time viewed as a commodity. Time equals money. For a lot of people and a lot of businesses, time does equal money. But if you're thinking like that, it's white people thinking. All right. What else we got? Competition. Be number one. Win at all costs. Winner-loser dichotomy. Action-oriented. Master and control nature. Must always do something about a situation. Aggressiveness and extroversion. Decision-making. Majority rules. Pretty much. Just rephrasing all that. If you have a competitive mindset, if you have an assertive, competitive mindset, that's white people thinking. Communication. Written tradition. Avoid conflict. Intimacy. Don't show emotion. Don't discuss personal life and be polite. So, if you try to avoid conflict, if you try to do some emotional labor and just try to keep your emotions, in check and be polite, that's white people thinking. So, overall, everything that I just listed is what's assumed in America to be white people character traits and ideologies. So if you're in America, if you're anything other than white, these by assumption don't apply to you. And this is the kind of stuff, right, Just ask yourself this question. This is the kind of stuff that's actually posted in museums for children and families to go read. Why? Why? What's wrong with getting to work on time? What's wrong with setting and planning goals? What's wrong with wanting better for yourself? What's wrong with any of the stuff that I just listed? I'll put, like I said, I'm going to link this in the description below. And if you object to any of the stuff in here and you say, yeah, well, that's white people stuff, go ahead and let me know if you can test anything in here in the comments below. I appreciate that. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and touch on this real quick, that this is a real thing. This is a real thing. So if you're a proactive black man or woman, or a proactive minority man or woman that likes to take charge of their life, set goals, and try to, achieve those goals, and have actually some, assertiveness in your life, take some responsibility and accountability for yourself, that's white people stuff, according to the Smithsonian Museum. Just throwing that out there. Well, that's all I have to say about that. And like I said, if you have anything to object to, please feel free to leave a comment below. And thank you for your time. I'm out.
What's going on? Like always, I appreciate the support. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. I highly appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Until next time.